Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to 20 shots a week for an entire year to go from being a moderate shooter to a proficient shooter. This is week 2. If you missed week 1, I'll put it somewhere on the screen here. Go back and watch that. In that video, we worked on our trigger reset and holding to that reset and pulling that trigger again. This week, we're going to be working on tightening up our groupings. Personally, I didn't like my grouping too much from that last video, so we're going to test ourselves a little bit this week. I feel like it's important to make this disclaimer. This isn't for the first time shooter and this isn't for the advanced shooter. This video is for the moderate shooter who shoots here and there that wants to take their shooting from the moderate to advanced level. So like I said in the opening, this video is focused on grouping. And with a handgun, that can be a little difficult sometimes. So I found these targets on Google. I searched 2-inch target, printed these off on regular 8.5 by 11 printer paper. As you can see, they're each about the size of my palm. They're not going to be the easiest to hit from 10 yards, but this is our goal. This is where we want to be hitting at 10 yards while still holding that trigger reset. When shooting handguns, probably one of the most important pieces for accuracy is grip on the firearm. So even though this is for not beginner shooters, we're going to go over grip really quick. So we're going to show that this weapon is clear for this portion and talk about the grip. So first part of the grip is your dominant hand. You're going to get that webbing of your hand high and tight in the pistol, get a solid firm grip on the firearm. We're not squeezing it too tight, but we are getting a good solid grip. And then with the other hand, we're going to come and we're going to cover. I like to put my tips of my fingers on my knuckles and pull that in, and as I squeeze it around, it should lock my gun into that hold. And then I'm going to present with good strong arms and then slow steady squeeze the trigger when I'm ready to shoot. So we have 5 rounds loaded. I'm going to aim for the top left target and see if we can improve our shooting today. So I knew when I pulled the trigger on that first shot that the shot was disgusting. I had a terrible grip. I didn't get my sight picture back right away, so I knew something was wrong. That was our first shot. Our second was here, and I believe it was 3rd, 4th, 5th, which what that tells me is I'm gripping too far on the trigger, and I'm even gripping a little too hard with my dominant hand. I need to get a little bit more grip with my cover hand and really push and pull and lock that on the target a little bit better. So we're going to try to improve this grouping with these next few sets of shots. 5 more rounds loaded up. We're going to aim at top right this time. So we have a night and day difference, except for the one shot that we threw. I believe that was the 3rd or 4th. I know the first 2 were up here. I didn't quite see where the 3rd or 4th landed. And then the last one was up here. I'm really happy about this grouping. Of course, I'm not happy about that one. But everything felt solid on most of those shots. I did notice towards the end, my fingers started slipping a little too deep on the trigger. So for the next set, I'm going to really work on keeping my finger on the correct position on the trigger, but also maintaining the grip that held this group. So we have 5 more shots loaded up. Let's see if we can maintain that grouping for all 5 shots this time. So I know my first couple shots were really good. I'm pretty sure one of those 2 was my first. And then that was my 5th, I know for sure. I felt myself throw it, which is something else that you got to acknowledge when you throw shots. You have to be able to feel the difference between a good shot and a bad shot in order to make some of these improvements. But I was able to hold 2 good. I believe this one was 3rd, this was 4th, and this one was 5th. So I know for myself personally, it looks like when I get to my 5th shot, something's going wrong. So I really need to maintain my grip and try to just keep everything fluid and the same through all 5 shots. And that's what we're going to work to do for this one. So now we're going for our bottom right target. I really want this to be a good group because I want to end this session well. So I'm just going to really focus on doing everything correctly, properly. I might slow it down a little bit. I don't want to stop and readjust my grip, but I want to keep all 5 on our little circle there. So let's see if we can do it. So grouping wise, this was one of our best. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are within a really tight group here. We're just off to the side. That tells me I might have gotten a little over anxious and tried a little bit too hard and gripped with my dominant hand a little bit. I could feel that recoil actually pulling me to the right when I'd go to regain my sight picture. That's one of those things that you have to be able to acknowledge in your personal shooting. What is causing your mistakes? Because I know my finger wasn't too deep on the trigger, because I actually made that adjustment before my last shot, which tells me it had to be something in my grip. So I was pulling a little too hard with these fingers or not hard enough with these ones. So my shots just weren't staying straight in line with where I was aiming. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned something from it. Your mistakes may be different from mine, but I hope watching me go through the process of acknowledging and finding my mistakes and correcting them can help you become a better shooter as well. These mistakes you're seeing, they're my genuine mistakes. You are watching me grow as a shooter live in this video. So I hope this video helps you grow as a shooter. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.